Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. And yes, today is going to be an interesting stream. Before I introduce the two that are going to be coming on today, and my God, all I'm going to say, disclaimer, if you're easily triggered, turn off now. If you are easily triggered, turn off now. But leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow and then join us on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter, the link is on the tweet beneath. Press that button, come join us on YouTube, get involved in the comments, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Wolf has got the popcorn ready. Velshwan is saying get the popcorn ready. It's happening. It is happening. So firstly, I'll introduce the Manchester United lad first. As you all know him by Kenny. He can be one strange human being at the best of times. And sometimes his opinions are, they can be a bit wild. But it is Kenny. Kenny, how are we doing?
Wait, whoa. You were throwing some wild accusations then. Some very wild. No. I've got the best opinions out of everyone in here.
There's a few people that would disagree. How are you doing?
I'm doing good right now. Excited for the Euros. Opening game should be a good game, actually.
Introducing the next person, though. This person could trigger an entire fan base with just one tweet. He is a massive Gabriel Martinelli fan. His opinions are the wildest opinions you will find on social media. It is true. It is Gabi. Gabi, how are we doing?
I'm doing okay.
This one is going to be explosive. At some point, Prime, I think, will be jumping in just to, pour the fire with a shit ton of petrol. Which is normally what happens. Max saying just retweeted the EPL tweets also. Massive respect there. But we'll start with the first question. And we'll go to you individually. And we'll start with you, Kenny. I want you to tell me your worst unpopular opinion. So the worst unpopular opinion. What's your unpopular opinion?
Oh my God, I can't. Well, I've got a lot of unpopular opinions. So what I'll do is I'll do one for just the Premier League, my wildest opinion in the Premier League. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that next season, and bearing in mind I'm just gonna do it for the Premier League next season, yeah, because I can't really think.
You could just spit it out, but
I think next season, Arsenal are going to finish 18th.
Well, I'll take it.
I'm being serious.
Hey,
that's fair. Okay, Gabby, give me your most unpopular opinion.
Well, this one got 500 quotes in my head on Twitter, so I'm going to guess it was my most unpopular, which is give me prime Lacazette over prime Alexis Sanchez.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You're joking, right?
No, Lacazette had 76 goals this season in his best season, while Sanchez only gets 70. That's levels.
Stats. Stat merchant.
I was
You're
just
such
about
a
to say,
stat
No.
that is very
Also, if
sexist.
you watch Lacazette at Lyon, he was so clear of Alexis at Arsenal, as much as people
Did
hate
you
to
watch
admit it.
Lacazette at Lyon? Did you watch him at Lyon?
Yes, that's why I wanted him. That's why he's still one of my favourite players at Arsenal to this day.
Where you watched like one game between Lyon and RC Lens or something?
No.
It's okay. So, who's the better club, Arsenal or United?
United! I'm clear, man. First of all, 20 times. Second of all, we actually have European glory. Third of all, we're not a mid-table club, lads. We are clear, man. Clear.
I'd just like to say something.
Astronomically clear, man.
Arsenal have had 4 finals in the last 4 years. Well, 5, but one I'm just trying to forget still, which is the Europa League final. But 4 of them 5 finals we have won. United have had 3 finals in the last 4 years, and if not won, bollocks.
So you still and an FA Cup won't get your club back to. I like FA Cup; it's a good trophy, but it won't get your club back to. It won't repair your club, mate.
Give me FA Cup over second any day of the week.
Would you
Okay,
get?
so you'd prefer to finish 10th, but have an FA Cup than finish second with Champions League football?
Well, let's have a look at what UCL football gets us.
shit ton of
Potentially getting
cash,
thrashed
yeah.
by Bayern Munich, getting embarrassed somewhere, because no matter what, as an English side, you're going to get embarrassed in Europe if you get knocked out.
You get transfers, mate. Well, so every season, when people are saying, "Oh, I want Arsenal to get top 4," you're saying, "Man, I don't want to get top 4, mate. I don't want to get battered, mate. I'll settle for Europa League." Is that what you're saying, mate? Is that you don't want to get top 4? Is that what you're saying?
I want to get top 4, but when I know a team's good enough.
It's a bit confusing, mate.
No, it's yeah, that is a weird one. Some comments before I really chuck in a bomb into this keg. Arsenal finishing 6th. Max, you're wrong.
6th.
Onana, what's my name? Is Onana coming to Gooners? He'll probably go to West Ham. He'll probably go to West Ham, won't he?
He's banned.
Although, what do you reckon they'll do a music video for Onana with the Onana music? You know what I mean? What's my name? Like, yeah, music video to that. Probably get AFTV in there as well. Looks like Wolf is going to enjoy this. United far better pains me to say it as a Liverpool fan. Yet United don't have a seat.
Arsenal have a Champions League in their entire history, man. I don't know what you're saying. Not even a Europa League, lad. It's not about Liverpool, Max. Stop trying to make it about Liverpool.
Yes, Kenny, go. You've won.
Stop trying to make it about Liverpool.
If you put in one more, if you put one more Liverpool comment, I'm timing you out. But how do I throw a power dick egg into this? Who's the better manager, Ollie or Arteta?
Arteta.
Ollie, whoa! Oh my God! Have I genuinely just heard that correctly? Have I genuinely heard that correctly?
I've got a genuine reason.
Go.
Alright, so you've got to put it this way, right? Arteta has built around the youth, which of course will take time, but he's also developing like seniors, but most our senior players aren't really good and living up to standards. Then you've got to think he's won a trophy in the midst of being given 75 million across 3 windows, by the way, which is mid-table spendings. Even Norwich have spent more than us. Norwich, fucking Norwich.
Mate, look at this, yeah. To say it this way, Wigan won the FA Cup and got relegated in the same season. Let's put it this way. Let's just say it like this. An FA Cup is not something to say, oh, this manager's better than another. At least Ollie's not mid-table. 8 twice, man.
There's a reason why
Ollie's improved us. We've made clear progress with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We're about to get Sancho. We're clearly going to make progress. We're making better signings.
What progress have you made?
We have a better
progress have you made with Ole? We've gone from finishing second with Phil fucking George to finishing second with a fucking Niall better defence. Now, stop waffling.
No. What's going on here? I can't even hear you. I'm not letting you speak. I'm not letting you speak.
Listen, yeah. Mourinho had this defense second best with Phil fucking George this morning about. You literally got rolled to one of the best defenses, and you're not getting nowhere near that record.
What has Arteta done about the FA Cup?
Listen, yeah.
What European tournament are you next? You were talking about a European tournament.
He's took United from the grand tour of second to second. Honestly. Relax yourself. All right. Now let me explain my reason.
I'm not letting you speak. I'm not letting you speak.
Kenny, relax. If you do this one at a time, the people watching are going to be able to hear it.
All right. So let me explain.
Quite funny.
Look at the Mourinho team, which finished second. Pivot wise, I've got to make the Pogba Herrera one is better than McFred.
This is not about Mourinho.
No, but you got to say Mourinho finished second with a better defense.
Well, or Ole, not Mourinho or Ole.
Ole has better
Mourinho or Ole.
No, I'm saying that all his progress is Fugazi. All his progress is a Fugazi. He's took him from second to second with 200 million spent.
Well, that's not technically.
No.
I'm not gonna jump in here too often, but that's not strictly true, Gabby. Because when Ollie took over United, they were like 8th, and if you think about it, he achieved 6 in the season he took caretaker charge. Obviously, offered the contract in March. Then he got 3rd. Now they've got 2nd. So. Strictly speaking, he has taken them to a progression.
When he took over, I believe, as interim, I think we were 13th, 14th, I think.
We was literally 12th in the league when he took over with 1 win in 18 games when Arteta took over.
And he got you from 12th to 8th. You're still mid-table, mate. You start going to get this.
No, listen. One has been given 200 million. The other has been given 75 million. One has been given a mid-table budget.
Okay, that's okay. You can't be saying that because the difference is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has had barely any starting, but he's had 2 starting players in those transfers. That's Maguire and Wan-Bissaka.
Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, Edison Cavani. Edison Cavani's not
a starter. He's a when everyone's fully fit, Cavani rotates with Greenwood and Martial, which because Ole plays Martial as striker. Ole plays him as striker. Just so Niall doesn't jump in with the left wing. Martial. Okay. Ole plays Martial as striker, so they rotate around. He's not a starter, and it was also
Arteta has been given 2 starters,
and so is United. I mean, so was Ole.
No,
you got Gabriel, you got Tierney.
Oh yeah.
No, Tierney was on there.
One minute. Oh yeah, Tierney was before 1 minute. So you got Gabriel, Tierney.
It's Gabriel Partey. And that's it. Honestly, Mari, Cedric, and the other signings, they're bench warmers.
Hold on, let me just check the Arsenal.
Runnison, who else joined? Just trying to think.
Yeah, Runnison. I think Runnison's probably your best keeper, to be honest.
So Kenny, why do you think Ollie's the better manager then?
I've explained this. The clear progress we made under him from 13th to 2nd, and don't be saying
progress with Arsenal.
One minute, Gabby, 1 minute. Let Kenny speak.
Don't be saying he's not won a trophy, because the players clearly have a mentality. The players clearly have a bottling mentality. Now, I will agree that Ole has bottled it in some finals, retrospectively. Crap. But please give me stop coughing. Apart from that, it's been mainly the players that have just underperformed. And even in that Europa League final, Ole made a lot of mistakes. But the players, that was our first team 11. That was our full first 11, and none of them on that pitch except McTominay and Pogba could probably say they had. Actually, no, not even Pogba. Pogba had an average game. No one on that pitch apart from McTominay.
To be fair, both your sides have something in common. Can't win a Europa League.
Now we've won one at least, but not under Ole.
Yeah, but
at least Arsenal. Yeah, you know what I was about to mention though. Arsenal and Man City actually have something in common, which will be smelling about Gabby. Neither of you had European success.
Some comments here before I really turn this up a little bit. Niall is loving this. I am. Niall looks like a proud father. I definitely don't win. Let me just chuck you out this. These two are not my sons, and I wouldn't want them to be. Niall is trying to contain and comprehend his laughter. Niall just made £1 billion. I wish. This is like two brothers arguing over who gets the PS or Xbox.
And this is just the observer.
Now thinking, keep going. We're making 2 racks now for now 8. Get in there. 80 away. Yes, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you watch on Twitter, press the link on the tweet below that. Join us on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty of content coming your way. Watch alongs, all of that. All of the Euros. Got transfer talk at 10 p.m. But question number 2. Actually, I'm gonna save that one. That one I'm gonna park.
The third question, actually. Third question.
Okay, third question. I'm gonna park that one.
Oh no.
Ooh. Who's better, Fergie or Wenger?
Oh my!
Are we going off primes or?
Just yeah. Prime Wenger versus prime Fergie.
Ferguson.
Based on the primes, I would say really.
One minute. Gabby, who are you picking?
No, I'm picking Wenger.
Whoa! What? How? Ferguson's prime was basically his whole career after he got that FA Cup win. Bloody, he won a treble. When have you won a treble, mate? When has, look at this. Thierry Henry has won it. And we've heard that somewhere before. No, we haven't. We haven't heard Thierry Henry has won it, mate. Ferguson's prime was basically all his career apart after the FA Cup win he got. It's basically his whole career. 20 times. He's not actual European. He had actual European success, unlike your tin pot club. Like bloody hell! How is Ferguson worse than Wenger? Even prime Ferguson is absolutely clear of Wenger. I understand Invincibles is a very good achievement, yeah. But being invincible, you have to admit you were playing for draws in a lot of those games. Being invincible, it was a good season. You were very good, but prime.
One minute, guys. 1 minute. So I'm gonna move Kenny down there because me and Prime are running this shit. Basically, Prime, we're just getting the wheels greased a bit. I've asked them a couple of questions. The first one, which is better United or Arsenal. Obviously, you can see what they went for. The second one, what was the second one? I cannot remember. Oh yeah, Oli or Arteta, and that got quite heated. Now we're talking prime Wenger versus prime Fergie.
Has to be Fergie.
Kenny is absolutely raging with what Gabby just said. Gabby, back up your point. Why is prime Wenger better than prime Sir Alex Ferguson?
3 Premier Leagues in 5 years.
Fergie
won
did.
one.
I'm not going to jump in too often, but Fergie won 3 Premier Leagues in 4 years. But
what did he say? Wenger's better than Fergie?
He did, yes. Prime Wenger over prime Fergie.
Okay, but Gabi, what is prime Wenger, may I ask? What period was prime Wenger? Gabi?
It's the period he won European trophies in. Oh, wait!
No,
Gabi, what are you saying?
It was
when he won 3 Premier Leagues in 5 years.
Kenny,
yeah,
shush.
So I think
what period is... No, I do want him to answer. There's a point to this. Gabi?
Oh, he's muted at the moment. Gabi, are you there?
What period is prime Wenger?
To 1998 to 2006.
Right.
Okay. What period is prime Fergie?
That's got to be 2000. It's going to be when he won them 3.
2000.
Yeah, it's going to be when he won them 3 Premier League titles in 4 years, and then he had a Champions League success.
His time was big for his entire career, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but if we split it up, I mean, the treble, yeah, that was great, but I think his prime was a bit later on. Although, to be fair, I think with
4 years, was that the period where we also won the Champions League?
Yeah, 2008.
So where's Arsenal's European glory? I would like to see.
So there is me and Prime will. What we'll probably do is Kenny, you have to. The way we'll do this is you'll say why Fergie's better, and then Gabi will say why Wenger's better, and then me and Prime will say who we think has won out of the battle. So Kenny, why? Yeah, go on, Prime.
You guys have been going for. So I came in 20 minutes. What have I missed in 20 minutes? What was the first question?
So the first question was who's better, United or Arsenal? I'm gonna give it to Kenny on that one.
In what period? You mean like in general?
Just in general.
Okay, so yeah, it's United, obviously.
And then the second one was Ollie versus Arteta, who's better. And I'm also good. I don't know. I'm going to call that one a draw because you both make both make arguments. I mean, yes, Arteta has won a trophy. Yes, Ollie has progressed over United. But Kenny, why is prime Fergie, and try and back this up with some stats, why is prime Fergie better than prime Wenger?
Made 3 Premier Leagues in 5 years. We have 3 Premier Leagues in 4 years so far. We also have some European success in our prime, unlike some your Tim Pot Club, mate. And prime Wenger, you said 3 Premier Leagues in 5 years. 3 Premier Leagues in 4 years, mate. I mean,
look at the competition.
I mean, Ferguson.
One minute, Gabby, 1 minute. Carry on, Kenny.
Oh, I thought you'd say 1 minute to me. But Ferguson won 3 in 4 years, mate. And I don't even go to say we had a better squad because you saw the likes of Thierry Henry in your squad in that period. So you were it wasn't exactly a poor squad, was it? Both those squads were quite similar. Both squads were some of the best squads the Premier League has ever seen. So you can't really talk about the squad level. The only thing you can really say is that Ferguson probably got more money. But that is just because we gained more money because we're just a bigger club, to be honest. So.
Okay. Gabby, why is prime Wenger better than prime Ferguson?
Right, you've got this. Basically, the competition was much more better on Wenger's side. The competition was much more tougher during Wenger's side. And I've got a reason for that.
The competition was better during Wenger's time.
Yeah, I'd say it was better. I don't know about that because Fergie had to take on a very, very good Chelsea side. They were right up there.
Fergie took on one of the best Premier League sides of all time in Chelsea, which, by the way, the Chelsea team that beat the invincible Arsenal team, who was supposed to be one of the best Premier League sides of all time. So, yeah.
We bottled that loss, so.
Yeah, but that's not my problem. That goes against Wenger.
No, but let me listen. Let me speak. The 2006, everyone can admit that's one of the most rigged games ever.
What in 2006?
The lemon red card cost us the game.
The final. You're talking about being rigged in the Champions League. Did you see what happened to Chelsea v Barcelona?
First of all, lemons was never a red, meaning Arguminga would have never come on and made that mistake, meaning Pires wouldn't have had to come off, meaning our attack could have been a lot more dangerous and Henry would have got served more.
You're saying all this, but you didn't win it, so it didn't matter.
No, but when the refs are clearly favouring another team, it's impossible to win.
No. We're not talking. Look, we're not talking individual matches because we'll be here for fucking years, right? Why is Prime Wenger better than Prime Fergie?
If you have a look at Fergie, Prime Wenger, well, he was with Fergie during them period during his prime. He had a better win percentage, a better head-to-head during them years somehow, and also he literally lost less, which of course winning more and losing less shows how good Prime Wenger was, because he completely schooled Fergie during that period, and no one can deny that.
During what period?
The 1999 to 2000 to 2000 and something. Probably got a time period mixed up.
2000 to 2001.
Say 5.
2000 to 2005.
Yeah, which didn't have so much.
Okay, who won the leagues? Who were the league winners between 2000 and 2005?
We won the league Old Trafford in the first one. Yes, I did have to bring that up.
Wait, when you mean you won the league at Old Trafford? But actually, no, I'm not even going to get into that because people take winning the league at certain grounds out of context. It's fine, never mind.
Anything else on there, Gabby?
No.
Okay, so fine. Out of the two, who do you think has won that battle?
Am I just going purely off their little debates, or I'll actually give an opinion?
Bit of both. So you can give your opinion, and then after the and then based on their little debate, who was more convincing?
The thing is, you say Prime Fergie, Prime Wenger. If we look at their achievements,
I had to be a bit fair to Wenger, because if I was to do it over their whole career, this ain't even a talking point, mate. But
even their whole career, I mean, Fergie still wins. Don't get me wrong, but I can make a bit of a case for Wenger. I think Wenger's second. When you look at his time at Arsenal, you probably break it up into two parts. I think his second part at Arsenal from like 20, maybe was it 2010 or 2011, until he left. And when you look at that period with the players he had to work with, the likes of, I know Bentner is one of the greatest of all time, but he had the likes of Shamak and stuff like that he had to work with, and he was so able to consistently get them top 4. When you look at Arsenal now, the past 3 seasons since he's left, arguably they have a much better squads that he's ever had post their glory days, and they can barely even finish in top 6. Fergie still wins, obviously, but I think you have to give Wenger some respect.
And who won it?
You look at their primes. What did Wenger win in his prime? He won a league double, which Arsenal fans will say is better than their invincible. Fergie won a treble. Do you look at that treble as prime Fergie, or do you look at him winning?
No. I think 2008 Fergie was him in his prime.
Yeah,
I think that was he was. I'm not saying that he wasn't tactically astute in the Champions in the '99, because of course he was. But I think you look at he had to adapt after Jose came into Chelsea. And I think Jose's spell at Chelsea made Fergie go to a different level. I think it really pulled out an entire different level of Fergie. I think normally of managers, as they get older and they come towards the end of their career, they fall off. I mean, we've seen it so many times. Fergie was the opposite. I think as years went on, he just got better and better and better. So I'd definitely say when he had Ronaldo as well, and don't forget that was Kid Ronaldo that Fergie had. And I think even Ronaldo has said, said if it weren't for Fergie, he probably wouldn't be the player he is today. And that's got to be down to Fergie as well.
Again, I understand what, again, if we're just going purely off what they were both saying, again, I'm going to say it's a draw because I don't think any of them gave actual credible points. Kenny just tried to banter, and the points Gabi was trying to make and are not really that strong. However, if you're going based off what we just said, obviously it's Fergie.
Yeah. Now, you both have a very good youngster within your squads. I prefer one player more because I may be more intellectual at football.
And you're a Man United fan. Continue.
I'm not. I merely just I know talent when I see it. But it's why I rate Mason Mount, by the way. It's why I'm repping Mason Mount in the Euros, because he is actually class. But this one's going to be split into two, right? So who is the better player now? Then I'll ask the next bit in a bit. Mason Greenwood or Gabriel Martinelli?
Wait, no, hold on. Gabriel Martinelli's not even Arsenal's best youngster. It has to be Saka.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But Gabi reps Martinelli, so I'm just going to be fair to him and not butcher Martinelli live on stream.
But that's like saying, because I rep Kepa, let's compare Kepa to Oblak. Ooh.
Hold on, you rate Kepa?
That's a different discussion for a different day.
But nah. I mean, a lot of Arsenal fans, there is that debate, isn't there? There is that debate of Martinelli, Greenwood. Who's better?
Greenwood.
Martinelli.
Right,
Whoa.
Kenny. Why is Greenwood better than Martinelli?
Well, first of all, Martinelli isn't, like Pam said, he isn't the best youngster at Arsenal. Saka is. Secondly, Martinelli doesn't put up the numbers that Greenwood does. They just see how good Greenwood was in the second half of the season. Yeah, people were saying, "Oh, 1 goal, 1 assist first of the season." First half of the season, he was accused of. The media went after him, and he was accused of horrible stuff that you did not. Of course, that had affected a youngster. Now Martinelli, of course, save from all of that. How much has he actually played? Because I'm not saying this to banter. I'm just wondering how much he actually played.
Martinelli hasn't played as much. Yeah, he did have an injury though. So.
So
Yeah,
that
basically.
is an injury. Yeah. Okay, an injury is fine. But Greenwood, he's banging in the goals, and the goals he is scoring are really, really good as well. You can see Martinelli saw the goal against Chelsea. It was a one-off. It was a one-off, let's be honest. Greenwood gets bangers week in, week out. He scores loads of good goals, and he gets lots of important goals too. Like, for example, against Burnley, I think he was the one who, when we couldn't break them down, he was the one who, when it was 1-1, he got the goal.
No, that was Pogba. It was Brighton that Mason scored the winner. Brighton at home, it was his first headed goal. Oh, yeah, and Burnley at home. Yeah, Burnley at home, yeah.
So that was a 3-1, but Greenwood got the second goal, which was absolutely massive because Burnley, just their confidence went straight down. Greenwood, of course, also scored the winner against Brighton. He scored in countless games that are really important. And also, quite frankly, he's got more goal contributions. And you can say his first half of the season was bad. But the fact that Martinelli's not had a good spell this season. Well, he might have, but from what I remember, I can't really name a good period for him. Greenwood is You're laughing, mate.
Calm down, calm down. Let Kenny land, and then Gabby, you'll get to reply.
But then Greenwood, he's been one of our players of the season. Not in the first half, not in the but second half of the season, he's been one of our best players this season. He's been absolutely.
I hear that. Look, Greenwood second half of the season has been different levels.
Last season in the lockdown period, he was utterly electric. The reason
it's okay, Kenny. It's okay. You've given plenty there. You have missed a couple of key ones, which when me and Prime add our bits in, I'll happily mention. But Gabby, why is Martinelli better than Greenwood?
First of all, he's an overall better player.
Why? You can't just shut that out. That I could just say this channel is overall better than the Terrace and just back it up with fuck all.
No, I've got a very solid reasoning. He is overall, when you look at it, you've got to say he's better defensively, but I blame that more on Martinelli being trained as a touchline winger. So can't really blame Greenwood for that. I'd say he's better at. He's got more pace, which I know isn't an attribute, but it's still good. He's got more crossing. He's got a better footballing IQ. He's got better passing. He's got better aerial ability. He's got better creativity. He's also got better skill.
So you mentioned defensive. What is their primary role within their football team?
Winger.
Attackers, right? They're primarily attackers. So defensive attributes count very little. That's like trying to say that's like trying to compare Ronaldo and Messi defensively. It makes no point. Would be
now Ronaldo and Ramos debate is just
absolutely. It would be absolutely horrific. You mentioned football IQ. How do you think that Martinelli has better football IQ than Greenwood? Give me an example.
If you see his, just trying to think of a certain goal contribution. That's it. The 1v City.
Right.
If you notice, he stays right in the right position to cross it straight in after the first cross failed, which I feel like Greenwood will mainly cut inside and tried scoring, which maybe would not have led to a goal, which, like I say...
I'm just going to pause you there, right? Just pausing you there. When Greenwood he came on against Spurs for United.
Yeah, I know he did a good cross there.
And he put on a peach of the ball straight onto Cavani's head. A beautiful cross, and the weight of the cross, the timing of the cross, everything was perfect for that. When has Gabriel Martinelli ever done that?
Well, he's done something similar for Brazil, which didn't lead to an assist because the player, quite frankly, missed the chance, but he's also done some really good crossing. If you watch how consistent his crossing is, I'd say it's honestly on
Greenwood isn't necessarily.
There's a goal, Gabby. I shouldn't even be helping you. There's a goal that you could actually give us an example of this. You do know that. The thing is, Kenny's only winning not because he's making good points, but because like you're not really okay. Did Gabriel Martinelli not get an assist against Chelsea in December?
No, but he got a pre-assist, but he was the main bit behind the build-up.
Pre-assist, no.
Okay, well, you could have used that.
I'm just about to say, we do not. I do not accept pre-assist. Fuck that. Back in the day, pre-assist didn't even matter because if that's the case, Paul Scholes has walked away with that trophy more times you care to imagine.
No, so I'm not saying that.
Let's not do pre-assist. That's just.
I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying it's an actual stat. I'm just saying it is very useful because, for example, one time someone can dual pass 2 or 3 players, play it to someone, then they'll play it to someone else for a tapping. Let's just say, which one would you say is the main footballing brain behind that? The one who
Well,
did it to Yab.
Back in the day, it would have been the person that took on the 3 players would have got the assist. They worked assists out very differently back in the day. Back about 15 years ago, that would have gone to the player that took on the three players, or it would have been
Yeah,
no
no, but
assist.
times have changed.
It may have done, but look, I'm not even gonna. I'll get to who I think.
And the
has
one
done
is
better.
that and the one is his IQ on I think it's like he did like this header. I can't remember, it was against some Europa League side, but it's the way he quickly stopped jumping down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you could just quickly whilst you're on that. Greenwood did jump in front of Donny van der Beek to get a header against Brighton and shouted for Donny to leave 1 minute and shouted in the FA Cup quarter-final against Leicester for Donny to leave the ball because Greenwood knew he had a better shot on him. So you say football IQ, but Greenwood clearly does have a very good football IQ if he's able to do that.
I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying Martinelli is better.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right, can I go?
Yeah.
All right. So we know for Man United, Greenwood. Let's be honest, he was a sack of crap first part of the season. I understand that it was things to do with the media, and he had was it his friend or his best friend? I don't know.
His best mate killed himself. So
yeah. So personal death and stuff like that. That can, that affects people. So I get that first half of the season. The second half, he was good. He was
quite arguably United's best player.
I think.
Would you not say?
Yeah, but that's fine. If Martinelli is so great and so superior, not just compared to Greenwood, but just in general as a player, why can't he force his way into Arteta's team? Because, for example, right, Chelsea players I can use in comparison. When Sarri was here, so 2 seasons ago, with Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Callum Hudson-Odoi, first half of the season they didn't really get much of a look in other than cup games and group stages in the Europa League. But second half of the season they forced their way into the team because they not only adhered to what the manager wanted to do in terms of tactics, but they consistently showed how great they were in taking their chances, and they got into the team and they were undroppable towards the end of the season. And if not for injuries they picked up, they would have played in the Europa League final. Same with Callum. Well, yeah, actually, no, that's actually probably the perfect example. Why hasn't Martinelli really forced his way into Arteta's plans? You hear Arteta yourself, so surely that must be something you must question from. Maybe Arteta doesn't rate him at all.
As soon as he returned from injury, he literally came straight into Arteta's plans. He was actually a regular, I'd say, until that injury in the FA Cup pre-game against Newcastle.
Because I remember he played against Chelsea, and I think that was one of his first games back from injury. Then he played for a few games afterwards. Then he was just missing out of the side. Like Arteta's been at Arsenal now for about a year and a half, maybe, I think, and Martinelli hasn't played much.
And also,
so I don't think you can put it all down to injuries. There must be a reason why the guy doesn't always start.
He said that Arteta had such a worse team than United. Yet Martinelli can't break into Arteta's team, and Greenwood can break into Ole's team. I mean, there's a bit of a.
I'm not even using that as a criticism towards Martinelli, because as a youngster, I don't think youngsters should be forced in all the time. I think sometimes they have to bed their way, they have to learn and just take opportunities whenever they can and just accept that. The same way Greenwood has at times for Man United, which is not even a bad thing. You just have to take your opportunities, because you could just end up, if you play so much, you could end up burning out. But again, the reason why I'm asking you this question is because you genuinely do think Martinelli should be playing. So why isn't he playing is my question.
Well, let me explain. So, of course, as soon as he came back, he was literally regular. Then he got injured. Then he was like, I think, because a lot of other players hadn't picked up form, so it's like he was actually kind of left out for a few weeks. Then he had a good game against, I think, Sheffield. And then since then, he's been getting much more minutes instead of like little 5-minute cameos. It's been 20-minute cameos. He's been starting a lot more regularly since Sheffield. And only time I say he was wrongly done base-wise is either last game of the season or the first Europa League leg of Villarreal.
Name me. Okay. Kenny, name me big games, big performances Greenwood's had this season.
Well, he had the Champions League against Leipzig when he scored. He's had Spurs when he had that late cameo and had that excellent assist. Not late cameo, had that excellent assist and had that goal. He's had countless games. Like, I'm just gonna name these because he got vital goals. And they're not. You wouldn't say they're big games, but they were big at the time because we were trying to. At the time, we were trying to like get a bit of a gap with City. So the one of the games against Burnley, Brighton. He got let me get United results. And he got a lot of performances. I know he had that big performance against Liverpool in the FA Cup as well.
That was a good one.
He's had hold on, let me just get right. He had
No, that's fine. Actually, that's quite a lot. That's fine. Name me big games Martinelli's had this season. Big performances or like standout moments or whatever.
Well, he had a really good game against Chelsea where he was actually behind Smith Rowe and Saka for man of the match.
Okay.
He had a good first game back v City where he got an assist.
Which City game?
The 4-1 City game. It was 1-1 when he got off injured.
Okay.
I'd say he did decent in the United game, but it's just decent, so what's really class that? He didn't play Tottenham and what's the one? He didn't play Liverpool either, so he's played in literally 2 out of the 5, and the other one were decent.
Okay. I mean, for me, I also say Greenwood can use both feet. So if we want to talk skills, I mean, that's just one skill I thought I'd chuck out there. Martinelli can't do that. And yeah, I mean, but Prime, what's your opinions on this debate? Who do you think is better?
Again, I have to go based off what they both said. Greenwood. However, here's the thing: if you didn't rate Arteta, a very valid point you could have made, or so, for example, I would have made, is that Greenwood has a better manager and better players than Martinelli does at Arsenal. So if Martinelli was at Man United training under Ollie, who was an excellent goal scorer, playing with Cavani and Rashford and Pogba and the rest, would he be a much better player? Would he have developed into a much better player? Other way around, if Greenwood was at Arsenal for the past year and a half or whatever, would he be playing now as good as he is?
He said
I think that's a valid point. What?
He said Arteta's better than Ollie in an earlier debate.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, if he didn't rate Arteta,
No. One minute. I'm also gonna go with Kenny on this one because for me, Kenny was able to at least give me some examples of when Greenwood created big moments, and to be fair, Greenwood has had more. For me, the last question, and Prime, have you got a good one for these two to fight about as the last one, or shall I think off one on the top of my head? You're normally good at throwing difficult questions to basically add fuel to a fire.
Name me. No, yeah, I've got two questions actually. One, name me weaknesses of your players. So, Kenny, you start. Name me weaknesses of Greenwood that can be exploited. So, for example, Chelsea playing against Man United, how can we exploit Greenwood?
You can, well, earlier in the season, I saw a lot of the time people, whenever Greenwood got the ball at the edge of the box, you know, we scored those goals in the season 1920, where he just kind of cut in and then just banged it. They seem to just try and just go straight to him, like mark him out of the game a bit in the first half of the season. So that is a massive exploit that you can do. That in the first half of the season did shut him down quite a lot. And also sometimes his decision making is quite like Rashford. He's good a lot of the time with decision making. Just sometimes I don't know how to say it because he's good most of the time. Just sometimes he does make the wrong decision. But of course, you'd expect that with a youngster. But yeah, those are some weaknesses of him. I've got some weaknesses of other players.
I think the other thing for Greenwood at the start of the season is why Greenwood struggled, I think, as well. A lot of when you first break onto a scene, you're an unknown quantity. Not many teams know what you're going to do. You can sort of just go out there and do what you've always been doing. Now, Greenwood loves to cut in and get onto his left foot and whip in a shot from his left. He loves cutting in from the right and getting a shot. I think a lot of the time Greenwood would do that and they'll be blocking that path. They would force him to go wide. So I think Greenwood had to learn how to as basic as it sounds, he had to learn how to cross that ball in and how to continuously hit the target. So I think at the start, he much improved off that in the second period of the season. But I would say he had to adapt his game slightly. He couldn't just be one-dimensional and go into his left and take a shot. He had to go down the right. He has to try and trick these. It's why I think Greenwood is better off down the middle. But Gabi, what? Hold on.
So, yeah. But what's his weakness now? So going into the season, what is a weakness?
It's probably aerial. He doesn't score many goals with his head, and even Ollie has pointed out saying he's going to need to get his head on the ball a bit more. He's gonna if he wants to be that number 9, he's going to have to be a lot more prolific with his head. He's going to have to deal with crosses.
So first game of the season, Chelsea play United. Greenwood plays up front, and the only way United can attack is through wide areas, through crosses. Are you saying Greenwood will be marked out of the game?
I don't think it'd be marked out. It would be much severely less Greenwood. He wants to ball, so he wants to ball at his feet, because if he can have it on his feet, he could go left or he could go right. And 9 out of 10 times that defender sat on his ass once Greenwood's made up his mind. So I think definitely aerially is where Greenwood's going to have to improve. I don't think he'd get marked out, but it would severely not be Greenwood.
All right, cool. That's a weakness. Gabi, what are weaknesses or a weakness? Yeah, weaknesses of Martinelli. So first game of the season, Chelsea v Arsenal. How did Chelsea keep out Martinelli?
I'd say basically, you noticed they would basically, walk him to the ball because he wasn't being demanding enough. Where he was making the right runs, but he was never calling for the ball, if you get me. Even saw that v West Brom, he was making the right moves, but he just wasn't calling for the ball, which I feel like he should be a lot more talk-wise and be more demanding. because I feel like that's his thing where being quiet won't really help a striker because you've got to demand them balls to be going in. You've got to demand you to get the ball when you want it because I feel like that's one thing which he's very much lacking in is being demanding.
Okay, so him demanding for the ball. Okay, cool. And 2,
I'd also say availability.
his fitness. Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah. All right, 2. How much of an impact? So going into next season, say United had Martinelli and Arsenal had Greenwood. How much of an impact would they have? So Kenny, you can go first. You have Martinelli.
I mean, it wouldn't have much impact because I don't think it'd break into the team. I don't really think it'd have much impact because I don't think it'd be in the team. But if you're saying he's a starter, you're saying he's a starter.
No, he's just in your club, I think, is what I'm saying. If you're saying he doesn't
I
break
don't know.
into the team, if you're,
I don't know. It's up
if
to
you're,
Ollie.
yeah,
Yeah, because I don't know. Say Rash. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he's. I don't know. It's again. What are the circumstances next season? It's up to you to give the scenario. So if Rashford gets an injury and Martinelli's in a team, how much of an impact does he have, or how much of an impact does he have off the bench? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you the question.
Well, I don't think he'd really break into the team for starters because you've got Rashford on the left. You've got Sancho who can play on the left next season who's going to come. You've got, who else have we got on the left? We've got Pogba who can play there. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to sign a new contract, but right now we do have him who can play there. We've got a lot of players who can play on the left wing. I don't think Martinelli would be in the squad even if Rashford got an injury. So I don't think it affected at all. Apart from, actually, no, it would affect us not having Green.
Martinelli can play on the right.
Yeah, but Sancho's there, and then Sancho, he's not injury prone. But
you're assuming Sancho's going.
What Borussia Dortmund player Sancho is on the right.
Okay, one minute. So Kenny's saying that Martinelli has no impact at United.
Actually, no. Wait. Let me just say. If you're saying Greenwood isn't at United either, that does have an impact because he does get us quite a few winning goals and important goals. So you'd say
maybe Martinelli or better players would be a bit better. I think creatively he might be able to do a bit more on the right or the left. But Gabi, Mason Greenwood has racked up for training. He's now working with an absolutely shocking manager under Mikel Arteta. I would assume that you probably go play him through the centre, considering your strikers are a bit shit, to put it as politely as physically possible. How much of an impact does Greenwood have on your team?
Not what?
Explain.
Right, so you got to say he scored 10 goals this season.
Well, okay, so you're going to base this off a season. So this, for me, this is isn't a fair representative of Greenwood's season.
No.
Base it off the half season. So half season, because through the first part of the season he was not himself. So base it second half of the season if you want to do anything. But I don't think it's fair to base it on the first half where he's getting attacked racially by the Daily Mail and his best mate killed himself. So I think, you know, based on the second
17 goals this season in the Premier League.
I've got a perfect reason.
17 goals in the Premier League, Gabi will play.
He's got 8 goals in Premier League this season. In fact,
well, okay, 8 goals in half a season. But what impact does he have? He's a natural finisher. He's built physically strong. He's got all of that. So what does Greenwood add to your team?
I don't really think starting, if I'm being honest.
Oh, cool. Why not? Because
you've got Lacazette and Aubameyang down the middle, which...
Oh, fuck off. You're not mentioning Aubameyang.
No. Keep
on. Point. He mentioned Aubameyang.
Let him go. Let him go.
That's like you mentioning
Let
Tammy
him go.
Abraham.
No, let him go. Let him go.
And before you come at me, both of them have better big chance conversion rates than Greenwood this season.
Fuck off.
Oh
Give me
my
goals. What's Aubameyang done this season?
Aubameyang, he's netted 10 goals.
By the way,
What's he-
Gabby, by the way, Gabby, penalties count as big chances. But Greenwood is not a penalty taker for starters. And Aubameyang scored most of his penalties.
That's a fair shout.
Aubameyang scored 1 penalty, I think.
Look, I think
No,
you both. To be honest, I think you're both being disingenuous. I think Martinelli would add a lot to United's side, and I think Gabby's just delusional with that comment because Greenwood offers a lot more. Not even Arteta rates Lacazette. I mean, he was playing fucking Eddie and Kitty over Lacazette. So I mean,
Lacazette was injured when Eddie and Kitty were playing.
I frankly couldn't give less of a shit. Lacazette has not even been trusted by Arteta. But we're going to wrap it up there because I've got transfer talk to go and do, which is now. But please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Doing all sorts of coverage over the summer, all the Euro games. First watch along tomorrow, 7:30, Turkey versus Italy. Transfer talk at 3 p.m. tomorrow. And then obviously the England show at 10 p.m. So make sure you tune in for all of them. Saturday, Wales, Switzerland, Denmark, Finland, Belgium, Russia, and transfer talk at 10 p.m. Sunday, England versus Croatia. We're going to be doing that watch along. Then we're going to be doing Austria versus North Macedonia as a watch along with drinking games. Me and Matt are going to be absolutely lathered by the end of that night, end of that game. And Holland versus the Ukraine as well, if I'm not too drunk. Niall, I'm going to send you a meme I made of Kenny and GABI. Go for it, mate. Go for it. But before we go, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. Check out our socials, Twitter at LetsTalkEPL, Instagram at LetsTalkEPL_, and on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. Prime, where can they find you?
You can catch me on the Football Terrace. I just did a video on a stream on First XI, picking my Euro draft thing. So that should be fun. Check that out. And catch me on socials.
Perfect. Kenny, where can they find you?
You can now find me at Sancho is coming for the Euros. And Dallas took EPL on Twitter as well for this because I'm not the administrator. I'm Kenny TV on YouTube. Also, you can find Gabi at Gabi Martinelli's shit.
You can find Gabi at Gabi Things on Twitter if you ever want an amusing night watching his tweets. A big thanks to everyone watching. We'll be back in about 2 minutes with transfer talk. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a bit.